Hey everyone. So my name is Sinister. It's not my real name, obviously, but I'm not gonna use my real name out here. So basically, I just wanted to make an introduction to my channel, the content that I'm going to be making, and things like that. So I am an occultist. If you don't know what an occultist is, it's essentially someone who practices, whether it's the left hand path, ceremonial magic, or just in general studies occult philosophy and things like that. Whether that's Gnosticism, Hermeticism, Kabbalah, whatever, things like that. Personally, I do whatever works. You could call it chaos magic, you could call it whatever you want to call it. But in general, I tend to just do whatever works. But I really don't want to make a YouTube channel uh, that is just basically like, oh, do this spell, do this, do that, whatever. I'm not here to bash anything. I mean, maybe sometimes, but not really. But essentially, I want to make this channel to be very educational. I will be discussing theology. I'll be discussing occult philosophy. I'll be discussing magic and things like that. Even if I don't practice it, even if I don't personally do it, I'll be discussing it. Sometimes current events and stuff like that. Um, I'm relatively new to this, but I've always been really into religion. When I was a Christian, I have no religious trauma. I have no reason to hate Christianity at all. Um, I grew up Christian, and I always kind of felt like there was something off. There was always something that I felt like just didn't make any sense. So, but I'm always open to learn. I'm always open to hear people's opinions. You guys can let me know whatever you guys want to see from me. But in general, this is going to be mostly educational. I'll do my best to have my information to be as accurate as possible. I'll do my best to make sure that anything that I say is either cross reference or um, that has been just diligently studied and things like that. Mm. So in general, like when I first became an occultist, so to speak, you know, I was originally doing it just out of curiosity. I wasn't planning on doing nothing. I'm not like some of the people like, and y'all might look at me, like I'm crazy, but I was just doing it just to see what was going on. I've always been curious and stuff like that. Uh, Once you get into this stuff, you start to realize, and I started to realize that spiritually, I was incomplete. So originally, when I started researching demonology, and when I started researching demonology, um, I was a Satanist, specifically an atheistic Satanist. I'm no longer a Satanist. I kind of grew out of it. I just nothing against it. Like I feel like it was like a door that opened up, me looking into stuff. But I feel like when I was a Satanist, it was kind of mm, like my angry atheist phase, I would call it, and I tended to liked it as an outlet. And I still have friends that are Satanists, but I no longer practice or even claim to be a Satanist at all. So, but I will be discussing Satanism sometimes and how its impact and how certain people might view it and how some people might see it as taboo and how others may be attracted to it and things like that, and the good and the bad and so on and so on. I have a couple things that I like to discuss specifically. I don't know exactly where I'll start, but yeah, we'll figure it out as I go, and um, I'll try to be consistent and make videos as often as possible. I do understand that I want y'all to understand that I'm relatively new at filming. I'm not really the most social person that likes to be all out there and stuff, but I do want to pass on this information and make sure people are educated on the occult and anything that's weird, really, that people may or may not understand. But mostly, I would love to just open people's eyes. There's gonna be people that disagree with me. There's gonna be people that don't like what I have to say, and that's okay. My whole life, people haven't liked what I have to say. Nothing new. You feel me? So, but other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll probably start off with just general occult philosophy. I'll probably be discussing the different things like Hermeticism, Kabbalah, um, Neo Platonism. I probably pronounced it wrong, and things like that. So stay tuned. I'll probably also be going into certain things like biblical texts. One thing I really wanted to get on to is, God being a jealous God. And there's a lot of examples in the Holy Bible where there are kind of like in Second Kings where it references Beelzebub. It's pronounced differently, but some of these gods that were in the Bible will also be some of my first religious things. Well, I'll be discussing Azazel and the Book of Enoch and things like that. So if you're interested in this stuff, you can keep tuning in. You can like and subscribe. If you don't, okay, But we'll just stay tuned. Thank you for